words about himself, his background, SEAL community, and before we kick things off. Round of applause for Bill.
Hey guys, first I want to thank you for your patriotism. I want to thank you for coming out. And you know what? You can tell by your beliefs, by your actions. And that's right on the way that SEAL Brotherhood is about. We do intense workouts to honor our fallen. And Michael Murphy is definitely, one of our beautiful warriors. Thank you so much for what you're doing, raising a lot of money for the Navy SEAL Foundation that helps our Gold Star SEALs and their families. I want to tell you a little bit about Michael Murphy. So Lieutenant Murphy, he went to Afghanistan after 9/11. And he went to Afghanistan because he wanted to hold those accountable and make sure it never happened again what happened in 9/11, where we lost 2,777 Americans. So he put his life at risk. And they were doing a RNS, a reconnaissance and surveillance, on a high-ranking jihadist. And one of the things they were doing is they were doing an RNS, and they were going to basically do a snatch and grab on him later, a follow-up op. But what happened was they actually got compromised. And so you had two snipers, you had a comm guy, and then you had Michael Murphy, who was the OIC officer in charge. And so basically it's a reconnaissance sniper element. So what happens was they get compromised by two goat herders, a father and son. And the tactical right thing would have been to kill them. But they were unarmed, so they made the hard right decision and they didn't kill them. They knew once they let those guys go, they were absolutely compromised and there was a lot of bad guys on scene. So they let them go and they tried to get out of Dodge right away. But they were having issues with comms. So they're in a bad firefight in a bad way. And the guys are getting ate up. And one of my friends, Danny Dietz, was a comm guy, he got killed. And one of the things Michael Murphy does here, Lieutenant Murphy, is again, he puts his life at risk. Because he's got a SAT antenna, but he can't make comms and call him for help because the terrain he was in. So he had to put himself in the open in a higher elevated position that made him a much more vulnerable target, which he did. He was able to call in for help. But that action cost him his life. And one of the things I think about what happened on 9/11, and I think about the ideology, that same ideology now that these guys, my brothers were fighting. I'm a veteran. I've been to Iraq, and I first responder to 2 suicide bombings there. I was a SEAL in 9/11. So that ideology, a lot of Americans can't understand how dangerous it really is. And to tell you the truth, Qatar financed the Taliban and Al Qaeda while we were fighting over there. And we lost over 4,000 Americans fighting over there. And now Qatar is financing the chaos in a lot of our college campuses. So in the spirit of Michael Murphy, I'm calling out an SOS. And I'm asking good men and women like you, it's time that we stand up about the chaos that's going on in our college campuses. Because it is a mess and it's dangerous. So I hope when you're doing your pull-ups and your push-ups to honor Michael Murphy and all our great American warriors, that you also realize you have a duty to stand up now and fight for our country. God bless.